Now on Newsday TV, eye on the storm, strong winds, heavy rain, and possible coastal flooding, making a mess of your commute. It's Friday, December 19th. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jasmine Anderson. The bad weather stays with us through the afternoon. Then temps may take a major drop. A coastal flood warning is in effect today, but a high wind advisory stays with us until tomorrow morning. Gusts could reach as high as 50 miles an hour. On the Futurecast, thunderstorms move in later this morning and hit us again this afternoon, bringing the threat of flooding. We could also see some power outages. By the time this all blows out, temps will be in the 20s tonight. It'll be in the 30s and 40s this weekend, but it'll feel colder than that. We're tracking the possibility of rain and snow for Tuesday and maybe more rain for Christmas Day. We'll keep you updated.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
Only a Newsday, a Roosevelt family is demanding answers after a day laborer was arrested by ICE. 27-year-old Manuel Hernandez Zalata was arrested after going to a deli last month. His family says they have not heard from the El Salvador native since.
Manuel is somebody who has a mental health condition, diagnosis. He needs medical care. He is in a vulnerable condition, is really worrisome.
Authorities say Hernandez Zalata does not have a criminal record. ICE has not provided information on his whereabouts. First to Newsday, Nassau's new budget has been approved, but with one condition. The county's state-appointed watchdog NYFA gave next year's budget the okay last night, but it's ordered the Blakeman administration to provide a contingency plan by March on plugging a potential shortfall. Flu cases are surging on Long Island. The state health department reported more than 4,700 cases here by the first week of this month. There were fewer than 1,000 in the same period last year.
Last year was one of the biggest flu seasons on record, so that has us concerned, and the ratio of hospitalizations to infections is a little bit concerning if that trend continues.
The CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older get a flu shot. Nearly 60 EV chargers are coming to the town of North Hempstead. They're expected to be installed by the spring. Locations haven't been finalized yet, but they'll most likely be in parking lots and public parks. A beloved bagel store manager is back in El Salvador after being deported over the summer. In a story you'll see only in Newsday, Andrew Enger tells us how the Port Washington community is rallying behind him.
We miss him very much.
Some people in Port Washington can't stop thinking about a well-known employee at the Schmear Bagel Cafe on Main Street.
You did not deserve what happened to you.
It was on June 12th, around 6 in the morning, when Schmear's manager, Fernando Mejia, was in the back parking lot here, about ready to make a delivery, when ICE agents arrested him on suspicion of being in the country illegally.
They come to me like, give me your papers, and then I give them my license, and they arrest me.
Fernando spoke to Newsday via Zoom from El Salvador. He went back to his home country in November after spending several months in an ICE detention facility in New Jersey, Florida, Louisiana, and here in New York. The conditions, he says, were horrible.
Over there in Federal Plaza, we sleep 7 days in the floor, no shower, no toothbrush, nothing.
Though Fernando did not have a criminal record, his attorney believes his client was detained because of an existing deportation order.
I don't be criminal.
Fernando's arrest has become a touch point in the debate over the Trump administration's immigration crackdown on Long Island and across the country. Some customers at the Bagel Cafe, like Larissa Mogia, say they were stunned.
He was a great part of the community. People loved him. We have pictures with him during the holidays.
The community in Port Washington has rallied around Fernando, raising money for his teenage U.S. citizen daughter and to pay attorney's fees. He says he hopes to return someday.
I say thank you to all Port Washington. I'm going to miss them for life.
In Port Washington, Andrew Enger, Newsday TV.
Andrew, thank you. Read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Newsday at the movies. I'm Macy Egland. Big blockbusters are hitting the screen just in time for the holidays. Joining me now with a look at a few of them is Newsday's film critic Rafer Guzman. We always appreciate you being here with us. Thanks, Rafer.
Hi, Macy.
Let's get right into it. I'm so excited about this one. First up, we head to Pandora for a new immersive adventure in Avatar: Fire and Ash.
If there's something you can do, then you must do it.
Whole lot of action in this one, Rafer.
Whole lot of action. As we know, James Cameron loves to go big on these things. $400 million budget, reportedly.
What?
One of the most expensive movies ever made.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So, but I think the chances are pretty good that it makes its money back in the first couple weeks. This is a 3D movie, high frame rate, that 48 frames per second that makes it look very hyper real and crisp. People like to see these movies on those large format screens, IMAX, RPX. There are more of those than ever in the world these days, and so I think that's the kind of thing that's going to play well for Avatar. Higher ticket prices for those, of course, so I think the box office will do very well for this. One other thing to say, if you're a Marvel fan, reportedly Disney Marvel is going to show the Marvel trailers for Avengers Doomsday, the big one with Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. The 4 different trailers before the Avatar screenings. So they're really trying to set Avatar up as an event movie.
That's great. I mean, visually, they're always spectacular to see. How many Avatars have there been quickly, though?
This is number 3.
Number 3.
This is episode 3, and I think there's at least still one more coming.
You think?
Yes.
Wow. All right, we're not done with Avatar. All right, let's move on to the next one. We've got Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson going on a musical journey together when they form a Neil Diamond tribute band in Song Sung Blue.
What do you think?
You don't want to be a Neil Diamond impersonator. You want to be a Neil Diamond interpreter.
This one looks like a fun one.
He does look a little like Neil Diamond, doesn't he?
A little bit, yeah.
So you got these 2 very big stars playing a couple of real-life people, Mike and Claire Sardina from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who formed this tribute band. And Neil Diamond actually met them during the filming of a documentary that they were in 2008 called Song Sung Blue. And he was so taken with their story that he decided to give them the rights, or the filmmakers, the rights to his music, which is a huge deal. If you don't have Neil Diamond songs in a movie like this, you can't make the movie. And so he's done that with this movie as well. This looks really interesting. The director is Craig Brewer, who did Hustle and Flow. So he likes these music-related themes. The one thing I will say to everybody, public service announcement, don't Google this story. Don't Google Mike and Claire Sardina like I did and spoil the whole story for yourself. Wait and see it. That's what I would say.
Go into it kind of unknowing.
Yes.
I got to say, as a Midwesterner, Kate Hudson, she did a pretty good job with the Midwest accent.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I wouldn't know, but I'm glad to hear that.
It was pretty good. Pretty good. Let's check out this other one. If you love rooting for the underdog, place your bets on Timothée Chalamet in Marty Supreme.
I know it's hard to believe, but I'm telling you, this game, it fills stadiums overseas. And it's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you.
Looks good. I want to see this one.
This is going to be something a little different. Timothée Chalamet plays this eccentric, wacky ping pong champion in the days before ping pong really was a sport. It's based loosely, inspired maybe by the life of Marty Reisman, who was a guy who did this kind of Harlem Globetrotters style comedy ping pong routine before becoming an actual ping pong champion. And so you'll see a little bit of that in the movie. I want to get this straight. The director is Josh Safdie. He's the guy who did Uncut Gems with his brother Benny Safdie, who just did The Smashing Machine with Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, wow.
So these 2 brothers really like these extreme characters, these high-energy, kind of self-sabotaging characters, and you'll see a lot of that with Timothée Chalamet in this film.
Well, as I was watching the trailer, too, I saw the guy from Shark Tank. I was like, wait a second, Kevin.
And Gwyneth Paltrow, who's making a little bit of a kind of a comeback, or at least a return. She hasn't really been doing acting for the last 5 years or so. Interestingly, she plays an actress who's staging a comeback in the film.
Oh, well, there you go. That works out. They all look great. Thank you, Rafer. We really appreciate it. Newsday's film critic joining us. You can read more of his reviews on our website, newsday.com.
Long Island is known for its pizza, and there's a place in West Hempstead where it all starts with the dough. Erica Marquez takes us to Dario's in this week's Feed Me TV.
Long Island has hundreds, thousands of slice shops, and we are blessed, but there's such a thing as a great slice shop where they really go above and beyond, not just with the toppings, but with the pizza itself. And that's what they do here at Dario's in West Hempstead. That's what we're going to show you today.
It's all about the crust, which is all about the dough, which starts with the flour. Dario Carozzi is the chef and partner of Dario's in West Hempstead, one of Long Island's best pizzerias and a standard bearer for a new style of slice shop whose focus is on the crust, not the toppings.
Walk me through how you make your pizza and what makes it special.
I use a pre-ferment. It's sort of a dough that you make either 1 or 2 days prior.
And what's the advantage?
A more complex flavor profile, a more complex texture profile.
Would you say it's a high hydration dough?
For a New York style, it's very high. We're looking at 70% hydration. We mix it, we let it rest, we cut it, shape it.
Once the dough has been made, formed into balls, and proofed for 2 to 4 days, it's time to make the pizza.
I like to slap it, just like you would do with a Napolitan pie. You can see all the air bubbles here. Indicates that the fermentation is perfect. We have a California tomato, and then a tomato from Naples. Low moisture mozzarella, grande. All right, we talked about the hydration, and you can hear it. It's cooked to perfection. It had a lot of water in it, and it escaped. Fresh basil on top. Some Sicilian olive oil from Partanna.
And what cheese is that?
Parmigiano. I know a lot of people like pecorino on pizza. I really don't, just because it's more pungent as a flavor.
It's so balanced. It's all sort of one thing.
One thing, exactly. That's what I'm looking for.
For Newsday TV, this is Erica Marcus.
Dario's looks delicious. Find our best pizza list on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. See more on these stories on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other services you see here. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Happy Friday, everyone. More local news coming up.
Newsday investigates how 5 years after reforms, the use of force by police has increased, impacting black people at much higher levels. Use of force, now available at Newsday.com/force.